Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Turtle here. Playing some Diablo 3. Now, you guys, this is the first time you're going to see it because, well, I got an advanced copy of the game. I'm not going to say how, but I did. It was pretty rad. Can't complain. Blizzard sent me a copy, and here I am doing some commentary. I think I'm going to do some cloud save for you guys because I believe for my day job I'm going to be doing some live streaming on this, so I might as well keep the save I already have. Just the screen here. I mean, what the hell? Alright, here we go. I'm blind as a bat, so I got to turn everything brightly up, so if that bothers you, whatever. Now, I actually had a question for a lot of you guys out there. Are you guys repurchasing it because you bought it on the PC or Mac? Or are you guys buying this for the first time? I want to know what your opinion is, because I own it already for the PC. I played on the Mac. I know a lot of people are like, what? You're crazy. But you know, I got a free copy of it, so I'm not technically rebuying it, but I'm playing it on the console because I'm more of a console type of gamer. But as I can see right now, the intro of this game looks pretty badass. I mean, you can't really complain right now. It just looks, I don't know. I don't know if I'm what I was really expecting from this, if it was like I was expecting like a completely different game, but I doubt that's what I'm going to get. You know, but so far, I still love this intro. This is kind of the intro that they showed at all the festivals when they first announced the game. I remember when they actually first announced the game, people threw a shit fit because Blizzard's like, we're announcing something big, and everyone's like, oh no, it's a new game, it's a new StarCraft, it's a new this, what's going on? It's Diablo 3, a game that's already out, coming to the console. So a lot of people threw kind of a hissy fit, if you will, but whatever. I think it's a cool way to check it out, and I'm pretty excited to see how they did the control layout for this. Because, you know, when you play a PC game, you're used to the controls and you're used to how everything goes, but to map that over can be a little bit difficult. I do know a little bit about video game design. I wouldn't call myself a video game designer per se, but I do know a handful of things that I've learned over my many a year in this weird industry of mine. But yeah, Diablo 3. Also, to give you guys another quick tidbit, something that's going on that I want to do with the channel is, you know, there's a handful of things that are going to be a little bit different. I don't want this to just be a gameplay or gaming type of channel. You know, there's going to be a lot of things that are on here. One of the things that I wanted to do was to get out of the gaming completely and do something that's very pop culture relevant. Like, I'm a big pop culture kind of guy, and you know, I had this idea of this versus that type show where it's, you know, like, actually, I'll tell you how the idea came to me. It's hilarious. Diablo 3. Yeah. God, Blizzard just has the best intros, man. They really do. But no, I was washing my dishes, and because I'm a grown-ass adult. Oh, yeah, hold on. Hold on. In the Mac/PC version, I played the Witch Doctor. Let me see what I'm going to do with this one. I don't know. I'm reading this real quick. Give me a second. You know what? I don't know. I think I'm going to go with a Demon Hunter. Let's see what else. No. Yeah, which, I mean, you know, like I said, I could play the Witch Hunter again, but I think I'm going to go Demon Hunter. Come on. I can't make up my mind. I don't know what to do anymore. Shame on me. Yeah, here we go. Badass Demon Hunter. Why not, right? You know, it's all about satanic things and killing things. See what it looks like a female. What the hell? Alright, there we go. Let's rename this guy. I like renaming characters. I don't like keeping the originals, and usually I name them after something pop culture relevant. This is funny. I'm going to name this one Danzig because I just went to a Danzig 25th anniversary show of him performing as a solo artist. So why not? Danzig, Demon Hunter, makes sense, right? No? Shut up. Go away. Danzig the Demon Hunter. There we go. Alright, let me ban it. What the fuck? Normally on a keyboard you get this down, but on the control it's all weird. I don't know why. What am I doing? Screw it. I'll just start. No, banner. So I'll just start it. But no, one of the things that I was saying is, yeah, medium, because I'm terrible at video games, which you'll see. Tear about all video games. Oh, noise. But no, like one of the things I want to do, I was doing my dishes, like I was saying, and I was listening to some 70s singer-songwriters, you know, like some Cat Stevens, some Jim Croce, Carly Simon, all of that stuff. And, you know, I in my head, I was like, who would win out of a battle? Like, out of a singer-songwriter, songwriting, musicianship type battle, who would win? Like, James Taylor versus Cat Stevens. You know, like, this is kind of where my brain goes a lot of the times. And I thought of a really rad show that I could do where I can put two things in the pop culture pantheon against each other and see what you guys want to see. Because I would have my opinion, but that doesn't matter. It's what you guys want. You know, like, you know, I was like, well, who would, you know, a good one, the Justice League versus the Avengers. Who would really win out of that? You know, like, that's a really rad kind of, because you create a huge flame war. People are like, well, Batman and the Flash is so badass, and then you got Superman. It's like, yeah, but you got the fucking Hulk, man. You got Iron Man. You got Ant-Man. You got the Hulk. I mean, seriously, like, who else? What more do you really need? Like, there's so many badass things that you can do with a lot of that, and you can even put like music. You can put movies. You can put comic books. You can put cartoons. You know, obviously you can do video games. So I definitely want to start doing things like that. There's an entertainment show that I currently write for my day job. I do multiple things in my day job. One of them is writing occasionally, and I write an entertainment show, and I want to take that and kind of extrapolate into my own personality, because I write it for someone else, and then they put their personality into it, and then they add their their flavor. So I want to put my Kool-Aid up in that motherfucker and make it mine. I want it to be my thing. And I don't have a title for the show. Right now I'm just calling it the entertainment show because I'm lazy. And it's kind of hard coming up with a new show, like a new title. Like, you know, Let's Plays and gameplays and things like that definitely are easy, because you're like, hey, look, I'm playing Diablo 3. I'm a demon hunter named Danzig. Watch me play. But something like an entertainment show has to have a flavor, has to hook people in, has to do multiple things. And, you know, I'm trying to work on that, but it's a little bit difficult just for the sheer fact that I have a full-time job. I'm not like a full-time YouTuber, which is weird to say, but I do have a full-time job in which I run a YouTube channel, which sounds funny. So that's kind of the whole idea of this channel right here, is I do it for a living. Why the hell don't I just do it for myself? And all the things that I can't do in my day job, I do them for myself, you know? Like, I had this idea of doing a Kickstarter to do a documentary about craft beer. I'm a big foodie. I'm a big craft beer nerd. And just the idea of what it takes to make these really good beers. Because a lot of people out there don't really know. And they hear like, oh yeah, I like drinking craft beer. Like, dude, just because you're drinking a beer that nobody's ever heard of doesn't mean it's a craft beer. You know, there's actually a lot of beers out there that are pretty popular and mainstream, and it's not like one of those like, oh, I'm only cool because I drink, you know, craft beer. It's nothing like that. It's just there's so many different flavors out there, and so many different breweries, and so many different processes, and how people make their beers, and why it's a special type of, you know, artisanal craft to it. It's amazing. So I thought about doing that, and I was like, well, where can I put it? I don't want to put it on Vimeo. I would love to put it up on a YouTube channel. And I was talking to the head video guy at at the Lost Abbey, which is a really rad brewery down in San Diego, and they do amazing video stuff. I was like, I want to do that, but for multiple breweries. So I don't know. That kind of sparked the idea of me starting a channel in the first place, and then it turned into like, well, what do I know best? Well, I know video games. What do I work in? I work in video games. What can I do? I can do video games. So it definitely turned into this, you know, it is what it is now. But I hope to grow it, and I hope you guys enjoy it. But maybe one of these days I'll, you know, eventually buy the equipment to just film the documentary myself, like mini documentaries, I should say, like a good 10, maybe 12-minute documentary on this brewery or this specific beer. But if you ever want to know really rad beers, I mean, hit me up. Like, assuming you're 21, you know. But like, I even food, like, I love eating, I love restaurants, I love cooking, I love all that kind of stuff. I'm pretty much a giant pop culture nerd when it comes to everything, movies, TV. You know, I'm that guy that nobody wants to hang out with, because I'm like, yeah, fucking, I saw that movie and blah 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 blah. I'm that person. The dead, they rise. Yeah. But no, so like I said, this is the second time I'm playing Diablo. I didn't even beat it the first time because there was so much going on, and like I rarely have time to play video games these days. That when I don't have a whole system at my place, all the equipment that I usually use is at work. So right now I'm kind of using this low rent quality equipment, which is why you'll probably hear it and see it and whatnot. But my goal is to get it better. I've actually talked to a few people of sponsoring my channel and or myself in return, giving them shout outs and stuff like that. So hopefully the quality will definitely get raised a little higher in the near coming weeks. But yeah, I figured Diablo 3 is a relevant game. It's a new game that just came out on console, so I figured I might as well start off my first official video with Diablo 3. I mean, like I bought Saints Row 4, so you might see some of that coming up. There's going to be a lot of cool things coming up. Like I said, I'm working on the graphics right now for the entertainment show. A lot of this stuff is going to be off camera because you don't want to see me. You really don't. I don't even think you really want to hear me, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just going to talk. And, I don't know. What do you guys want to know? What do you want to hear? What do you want to see? Speaking of hearing, one of the things that I decided to do, because I do this on my free time anyway, is I love music, and I know it's difficult for people out there who are like, yeah, I listen to a lot of music. I genuinely 100% listen to a lot of music. I listen to so much music, it kind of hurts my brain sometimes to collect all the bands in there. And like I was watching Portlandia earlier today, and that sparked me to make a mix. And then I was like, I know I'm going to do this commentary, so I'm going to, make a mix for the commentary. So there's an official music mix for the Diablo 3 commentaries. I'm not going to make one for each video because that's kind of overkill. I mean, I could, but I don't want to go that far. So there's one official, this is the Diablo 3 commentaries playlist, and you can check the description. The link's in there. It's a Spotify playlist, so sorry if you don't have Spotify. I highly recommend you use it. It's a really rad program. I personally like it myself. I've discovered not a million, but I'm exaggerating, but a lot of rad artists that are on there. But the mix that I made for this one is, it's Hellfire and Brimstone, man. It's metal. It starts off with Danzig, as I mentioned earlier. It starts with Danzig, closes with Danzig. In the middle, you got bands like O Sleeper, Eye the Breather, Agalok, which is a rad fucking band from Portland. Highly recommend you check them out. Some Alcest is on there. I get in some power metal. I got 3 Inches of Blood. I believe I put in Pantera in there. You know what I didn't put in is Slayer, but you know what? That's kind of... I don't want to do the expected of, like, oh, well, you put Slayer in there, so yeah, whatever. I want to do new things. I want to bring, music to people who, bands that people have never heard of. So definitely check it out. You can also follow me on Spotify, and you can see all the crazy mixes that I make. Like I said, I make one every day. Sometimes I'll mix it up, haha, pun intended. Sometimes I'll make like 4 in a day, and then won't do any for the rest of the week, stuff like that. So, but yeah, there's an official Diablo 3 metal mix. So I guess the idea behind it is to, while you're imagine yourself stuck in that world, what would the soundtrack be like? And of course, when it comes with anything like Diablo or Hell or Satan or anything like that, I personally think of metal, like just hard metal. And it's all different types of metal. There's power metal, there's thrash metal, there's Christian metal. Yeah, I said it, Christian. Yeah, it's badass. And I want you guys to guess which bands, if you don't know which are religious, because they're all good that are on there, man. There's some rad bands out there. Because I listen a lot, like I said, listen a lot of music, and Christian rock is definitely one of those things that I definitely jam out to quite frequently more these days. Oh, reading books, getting that knowledge. But I got to say, so far, this game is a pretty good transfer over to the consoles. Like, the controls are very tight. They're very well done. It's the exact same game I remember playing on the, on the PC. So for those guys who were interested in buying it and you already owned it, I would say just keep playing it on the PC. For those guys who were interested in buying it and never did, or don't own a PC or don't care for PC gaming, pick it up, dude. The Diablo franchise is super badass, and I mean, it's kind of interesting that they ported this over, and so far from what I've seen, you know, what I've played in this little video is they've done a really rad job. Alright. Time to kill these bastards. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah, uh-huh. You know, another day just fucking demon hunting. Not a big deal. That's another thing you're gonna, you know, you're gonna hear some things come out of my mouth that most people wouldn't say, but I don't care, I guess is the right terminology I want to say. The wording that the phrase I want to say is I don't care. That makes me sound like an asshole, but whatever. Sometimes you just gotta be an asshole. That's the truth. Alright, go down. Yeah, this is very much the game. I mean, if you're expecting something completely different like I was, I don't know what else to tell you. But, oh yeah, Blue. Shout out to Blue. That's my bad. I forgot to take off all of the notifications. But so you'll see people pop up and people that are friends. Please don't add them. You know, like I am friends with people on Xbox that other people really want to be friends with, and no, I'm not bragging, but it's like leave them the hell alone. You know, or maybe I should just take off notifications. I don't know. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just solve that problem so you don't have to see who I am. But then again, it's not that hard to figure out who I am on the Xbox. But I'm very selective in who I game with, who I don't game with. Clearly, I got an advanced copy of this, so I'm playing by myself. But I don't know if you guys have it out. You know, if you guys buy this, maybe we'll party up and play some Diablo 3. Take care of these guys. You know, not a big deal. Just hanging out, killing the undead. Give me that loot. Yeah. One of the things that I have noticed that I kind of wish they, I don't know, maybe it's just my personal taste in gaming, but the camera is so fixed in this game that I wish there was a way to do it like a 360 move so you can see behind things. But I guess that's the nature of the game. It literally is a port over to a console, so I don't know. When you're behind a building, it'd be nice to just swing around. I think I've been privileged or blessed with a lot of games that have the 360 camera axes. You can swing it around, and you know, a lot of gamers don't notice. It's like, yeah, it's just part of the game. But games like this one doesn't have it, so you know. I like how, as I'm slaying the undead, I can listen to this journal, which, in this alternate universe of, I don't know, Tristan, there's audio journals? Maybe you're supposed to suspend disbelief in something like that? I don't know. But, oh, you can hear me moving around. Uncomfortable. I sit in an office chair all day, so my ass hurts. So whenever I sit all day, you know, it makes my ass hurt. Which I'm sure people are going to comment on that. Whatever. And actually, here's a really good question for you guys. What, out of the Diablo franchise, for those of you guys who have played a lot of it, what was your favorite? Was it Diablo 1, 2, 3? I like the original one, personally. Really, a good friend of mine in high school. I want to say rad to everything for some reason. I'm sure you guys are catching, like, we almost said rad again. What the fuck is his problem? Anyway, my buddy Andrew was rad in high school. And then he joined the military and became a rad military man. So there you go. He's rad, all right? My rad friend, Andrew, got me hooked on playing this. He got me hooked on playing this, and he got me hooked on playing a lot of StarCraft. And StarCraft kind of fizzled out for me because I was more of a Command and Conquer player. And later on in life, me and a couple of my friends would just stay after work and have like 5, maybe 6 hour game sessions of just playing nothing but Command and Conquer. It was so much fun. I had a blast playing that. Like, I'm terrible at it now, but I've been trying to get back into the PC gaming. One of the things I've been playing a lot lately is Smite, so don't be shocked if you see some Smite gameplay on the channel here pretty soon. I'm definitely digging that, but once I get certain equipment, like a headset, yeah, leveled up. Once I get like a rad headset, like, 'cause I kind of have a cheapo one right now. I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to get sponsored, so once I get that going on, definitely start upping the quality and start doing a bunch of different games and kind of teaming up with people. One of the ideas I had for a show on the channel was, being in the industry that I'm in, is I have access to people and I consider them friends. I like to think they consider me friends, but having a show where it's like a one-on-one interview or a sit down with these people, and I don't want to name names, but like, I would love to sit down and be like, hey, this is my guest of the day, and we're gonna sit and basically like a mini podcast, like a 20 to 30 minute podcast, if you will, where you see them, you don't see me, and figure out a way to record it through Skype. But definitely, excuse me, definitely do that. So yeah, I have some ideas for the channel, man. I just need to execute them. And one of my hosts, he's a YouTuber himself, so you can actually check out his channel. It's made in Brazil. He does everything in Portuguese. Me and him are going to team up, and we've been talking about doing some things with Payday, so we might be doing that. Yeah, I think this is a good time for me to kind of take time off, kids. Definitely leave your comments below. I'll be reading them as much as I can. Obviously, subscribe. Obviously, favorite. Obviously, like. If you want to follow me, check out my banner, and you can check out all of the social media stuff. And expect a video number 2 coming up right here on Turtle is Awkward. And that's me. I'm Turtle. And I am awkward. All right. Smell you later.